Okay guys, so I just finished to record the video about Zenology versus the Legends, and I was playing with those beautiful sounds, and I said, okay, since I'm on my computer chilling on this Sunday night, and Argentina is world champion, I say, okay, let's record this video. There's no there's no link between both, but anyway. Let's record about a video about simply the fact that I wanted to show you the Zenology and understand now, after the differences between Zeno and the Legends, how you're gonna deal with Zenology on his own. So basically, Zenology, I'm gonna take off here the FX here. I'm gonna lower this for you to have a clean view. Basically, you have 4 partials here, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, activated or not. This is not the good sound. This is the good sound. Okay, you only hear partial 1 here, which is basically GP8, Jupiter 8 strings. And you see the bank here, wave bank, which is basically the default ones you get with Zenology. This is not the expansions. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, see my video about Zenology versus the Legends, when I go deep on what's integrated in Zenology. So basically here I'm gonna activate partial 2. If I click on it, maybe, yeah, you have a boreal pad. Partial 3. Super Souls. Here, still PCM based. PCM, this is samples, basically. Partial 4 here. Some organ sound. Okay, so I'm gonna stick here. I'm gonna open my user here and stick with initial paths. So basically, you have the partials here. By default, you get this cheap as piano. Let me just take off here System 8 for me to have maximum power. If you hear some crackles, like I told you guys on last videos, I just made a system restore and my drivers, video drivers, are all messed up. I need to do a clean install. And basically when I'm recording some videos, I had some crackles here and there. So I can choose PCM here. I can choose virtual analog. Okay, classic waveforms here. As soon as you choose here, what I love is that the pulse width here is not only linked to the basically here. And if you use a System 8, basically here, let me just open the interface. It's the equivalent here of a color. Okay. Okay. Sine wave, ramp here. Juno. You have fat here. You have the gain. Okay. You have PCM sync and basically here. It's the equivalent of having 2 waveforms and sorry for the gain, guys. When I hear that, it reminds me a little this bad boy here, for example, in System 8. But yeah, you have some other sound sources here. Type. You have the super saw. We can be just that. You have the detune here. I love the visual representation. Really fast. You have your amp here. Okay, so here I have my release. Filters here. You have low pass, bypass, high pass. Okay, you have Jupiter, Moog, P5, I don't know. Prophet 5 maybe? Yeah. Jupiter. Regular low pass here. And you have your envelope for your low pass here, basically. So it's not really easy to have it's not very easy to use the dots here. Not really a fan about this because the envelopes from the Roland envelopes are not your regular envelopes, guys. Anyway, you have a noise generator here. Okay, so basically you have 5 type of sound sources. I ain't gonna expand on the noise, but the PCM is where the beauty is. Let me just reload a clean patch here. So if I load piano 1 here, each time you're gonna load a patch, for example here, if I do electric piano, you're gonna see FM AP 1, 2, or for example, if I do piano here, or if I go on piano here, you're gonna see like piano 1, 2, and you're gonna see left, right, or ABC. Okay, left, right is basically because you can have one sound sources by default. If you load only one, you're gonna have a mono sound here. If I click on set stereo, he's gonna load when it's available the piano 1 L on the left and the piano 1 R on the right. There's a small differences. This is different samples, which gives this wide and stereo sound. Okay, so you have 2 options to load the sound sources, right? If I go set on mono, it's gonna keep this one. To choose the sounds, I can go like this. I can scroll. And when you're gonna scroll like that, it's gonna keep basically the filter. For example, if I do strings and I go strings ensembles, so I'm using basically here this one, you're gonna see, look at the numbers here, and then it's gonna jump here. So if I start here, it doesn't keep. I thought it kept things, but he jumped. Let me see that. Yeah, he jumped. Anyway, another request for Roland. Anyway, I'm gonna use strings here. You have Tron strings. Interesting. It's on the Vintage Keys expansion here. Okay, if I go set stereo, it doesn't propose because I don't have a left or right. So I can simply go here, go on the vintage keys here, and stick with, I'm gonna load the trunk B on the right side. Okay, it's gonna be like partial 2. Let's see, we're gonna regular sound source. So regular here. I scroll each smart scroll, it's 1. Just like that. Okay, we filter it. Okay, if I want to use the Juno here, I'm gonna stick with this one. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I just want to make you understand the here. If I choose partial 3 here, I can try something else. I'm gonna go all and I'm gonna click pad. So basically, I'm gonna have some pads already made. You have fantasy pad, which is one pad. Okay, one pad B here. Take off partial A. Okay, I'm gonna do it like that. You see when I'm switching from here to there and all that. One thing is great is that if I click on partial, I'm gonna have access to everything dedicated to this partial. But you remember on my last video when I was explaining the differences between the JD800 and the Zenology and all that. One great thing about the JD is that you have the palette thing. And you have exactly the same thing. So for example, here, if I click on oscillators, I will have the 4 partials oscillators here. So I can tweak each type of things here, the filter, the envelope and all that of the 4. I have information of the 4 here on the same page. So for example, here, I can check the gains for each one. Okay, here. I can go on the pitch here, for example, here. Okay, I go back here on oscillators. Okay, this strong. I'm gonna do it like that. You have some strings and violence on the right. Okay, I like it like that, less present. Yeah, it's like some low. So you see the power of this thing. CPU heat, it's regular, right? So now, what we can do now, I go back here on the proportional thing, is something that I really love about the roll-on things, is the modulation and specifically the delays here. You have it here each time, okay? If I go here, I have the LFOs here, and you have the fade time. They call it the fade time here, and basically it's the time the modulation is gonna start. Basically, there's a small delay, right? I have here the fade time and the delay time, and the fade time is you're gonna see here. Okay, I can really explain something you're gonna understand very quickly. So here here, okay, I'm gonna take this and modulate it. Okay, so what I'm gonna modulate here is LFO1, the filter. Okay, so basically when I click on it, it modulates straight. Okay, now look at that. If I increase the delay time, you see that here I'm creating a gap. It's like a pre-delay, basically, for a reverb. Okay, and then it starts. Okay, what I'm gonna do here, it's a delay time, and I'm gonna put a fade time, and it's basically here. Look at that. It's gonna increase slowly. Look at that. I really love. This is for me the difference between deep workstations like that and some synths I can have on the market, on the stuff. It was present back in the days, and it really gave Roland sounds really complexity you will not be able to have with other synths, and big one like Moog and all that. I'm not saying that you cannot do that with Moog. I say it was something, a part of the sound. This is it was the attention to details like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna decrease here the LFO. I just wanna. Okay, I'm gonna inject this one. LFO here, LFO1, I'm gonna take off the... And it's very visual, guys. You can even offset if you have something tempo synced. Here the warm pad. Here I can choose here the pen. Okay. Now I need this sound stable. keep it like that. So you have the ability here to use the visual edit, or you can go pro edit. You will have exactly the same and more. Okay. If you're comfortable with rodent stuff, you can go there. If you're not comfortable but you want something specific, you're gonna find it. And I swear, each time you want to do something, you're gonna see it here. One thing I love is that I used to play with here the alternative pan depth here, and basically so you have access for all the partials, and each time you're gonna click here, it's basically the equivalent of scrolling to the right section. So when you go here to the amp envelope and here the amp section, you're gonna have the pan, which is a regular pan, and then you can alternate the pan here. Each time I play a note here, look at that. It's spreaded differently. Okay, I can increase the depth here for being more drastic on where, and it's gonna be like spreaded all around. So I really here for the Tron simulate this orchestral people lay out on the stage. Okay, you have the vibrato here. So it increases basically this layer, the fact that I want this layer to be more like natural. Let me go back to the visual edit here for this one. Okay, here. Let me just double check. Yeah, this is enough. Okay, for this one, this is this one. I'm on the EQ here. Like that. Okay. And then, for example, you can go on the MFX and you can choose an MFX here. I have a modulations here, matrix, which I ain't gonna use. So you can, for this instance, for example, use the famous chorus, which I love. I ain't gonna apologize for that. And don't forget that you have from the previous video, you have my capital chamber here. Okay, I can have, let's see what we can put here. If you want some lo-fi stuff, I love this effect here. Okay, I think you understand what I'm talking about, is that it's not a synth, it's really a workstation, guys, okay? It's not like just a regular synth, and basically I think all the brands are going in this direction. I'll take this example, for example, one of the best Plugin surround, I'm thinking Arturia pigment. I'm thinking let me just show you this bad boy. Yeah, I have the Arturia pigment, which is basically the same this type of concept when you have a mix between samples and all that. But for me, the kilohertz faceplant here is one perfect example of being capable of doing synths and all that. Of course, you're gonna have the regular suspect, the usual suspect as Omnisphere, UV, Falcon, and all that. But nothing new. This was there since the 80s, guys. Okay, the fact that we're gonna have it right now in the plugin form is exceptional because you have those sounds. It's not like regular sounds, guys. Roller sound. I like this patch, so we're gonna save it. I'm gonna show it to you how you're gonna save it. So basically, before doing that, you go in Pro here, Command, and basically here I'm gonna say it's awesome strings category here. Okay, right. I'm gonna go on user here. I'm gonna write here, and it's gonna ask me for the name. So okay, Transky. It's Trotsky in France, in reference to the unfamous guy. Here we go. Okay, you can have another variations. Usually I do like that, and I put like tremolo chorus. It's gonna be, yeah, for this type of sound. That's really smooth here. Visual edit here, and I'm gonna save this one also. Let's be creative on this, on the name. And here we go, just another patch. So I think you get the thing. It's not like the best patch I never made, guys, okay? But I think you get the vibes here. Of course, if you on the Ultimate or something like that and use an expansion here, be sure to always be on subscription, or be sure to buy it here. Vintage Keys, I didn't buy it yet, so I will have to buy it. If I open this patch, I don't have the expansion. It's gonna ask me for samples here. So yeah, the Roland sound is a big part. The effects, a big part, the four partial things, and of course the sound sources, which are, guys, you have everything you want in this, and quality-wise, excellent. You always have a lot of variations of the same sound, so you can have those small details. And the simple fact that on each sound sources you can have something left, something right, it gives this dimension and the lush sound that Roland is capable of. So basically here I have 4 partials, but if I want, I can have 8 sound, basically. Okay. So there you have it. I don't know if I covered everything. Be sure to comment on the video if you want me to cover a specific area. On the Pro Edit here, guys, it's super deep. I will have to make like a video on each sections, but basically, yeah, everything you want to do and be really like really precise, I'm gonna say, you can do it. Utility, don't forget to use this. You can copy a tone. For example, if you just want to create, for example, a synth but gonna use the same waveform but different octave. You don't have to do it all the time. You just copy the tone brushes and then you play with the pitch and all that. It's gonna be like really fast. So don't forget to to play with the utility things here and have a look here. Okay, have a look on all the options. There's another thing I love. I'm gonna see. You have the delay mode here. I love this because sometimes you have here. I saw that. Let me remind. I think it was on the XV or the D50. The D50. The key off normal, which is basically the sound will trigger when you take off your. Yeah, let me check it out. Key off normal. Okay, you see that? I'm gonna take off my hand. You see that? That's crazy. That's some small details, guys. I'm smiling like a kid right now. Okay, so the delay time, it's 1/4. So I'm gonna short it. So I'm pressing right now. When I'm gonna say release, I'm release my hands. Release. I just love. You see that? You see how those crazy Japanese are? Okay, I remember that becoming crazy. Let me just check it out. I'm pretty sure it was on the D50 and on the XV. It was on the XV. Let me. I'm pretty sure. Back in the days, I used to kill the XV. Replace. Edit. Same. You're gonna understand that Roland is consistent, right? And Zenology is just the 2020 thing of something they've been doing like the 30 years. Let me go on the wave pitch structure. Tone delay mode. I told you guys. So here, let me just. This is exactly the same structure, guys. Here we go, my friend. Piano, let me. Okay, let me load up a sound here. A pad. Okay, one thing, and I should have said it last video. You see how it's a mess to choose a waveform versus, my friend. Look at that. I do this, and I have a filter here. Okay. Yeah, this is a big plus for Zenology versus the Legends, guys. Yeah, back in the days, we used to scroll to all the sounds and all that. And oh boy. So let me just find a pad. And I think the pad, if I remember, $250, 200, around the 6 maybe. Yeah, that was there. Boy, there's a lot of stuff here. Spark voice. Let me put this. Listen to that. Oh. I'm checking out a train. Here you have everything, guys, in it. But you're gonna see when I'm. Okay. Same principle here. Okay, so key off. Look at that. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . You see how I trigger? Okay, so this is exactly what I was pointing out here, and I release. So this ability to trigger sounds, and you also have a delay between the time you play a note and the sound is gonna start. It's not an attack; it's also a decay. Okay, so be absolutely sure to go deep in here, and I will maybe do a video deep on those pro edit things. But I think on the visual things, it's where 80% of the time you're gonna stick. Okay. Don't forget to also play with that, okay? Not to sound design, but just to see how your sound is reacting to the sound design. And for example, for the vibrato, you have the rate of the vibrato here, okay? So don't forget to check here for the cutoff here. Okay, here, as you simulate the fact that you're gonna play with this during production, and so you're gonna see how it reacts to those controls, which are global, and basically you can fine-tune stuff here. Range control here, I forgot to tell you, yeah, you can, oh boy, it's like a sampler. So basically you can choose, for example, partial A, it's gonna be here, from there, but even better, you can even also play with the velocity. So for example here, if I play slowly, if I release, nothing, okay? I will have to play hard like this, and then, you understand what I'm saying? So it's super deep, and you can go super crazy like that. So this is why I love and chose Zenology Pro, my friend. So if you didn't saw the previous video, and or maybe if you didn't understand, my goal was to get Zenology Pro. When I saw the price, it's like 249 or 29. I say, okay, instead of going Zenology Pro and taking 1 or 2 or 3 cents, let's go for the whole pack and all that. But I wanted to stick with the Zenology Pro because one cool thing is that if you own Zenology Pro and the hardware dedicated compatible, basically you will be able to load your patches and all that. So the cross-platform thing is excellent. And so yeah, this is something to keep in mind. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was just like a quick one. Let me check the time, but the quick one is gonna be like 40 minutes. A quick one to make you understand the concept behind Zenology Pro, and even the concept behind roll-on tap of sound. Okay, the PCM for partials based sound, which is basically the base of a lot of roll-on sounds since the 80s. We're talking here the XV, the JD, the D50, etc. Okay, a lot of roll-on sounds are based on that. When they don't go analog, they go digital and PCM. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Be absolutely sure, guys, to create an roll-on cloud account and to take the free version of Zenology. Okay, you will have the bank A, like I told you at the beginning of the video, this one, and you will be able to familiarize yourself with this bad boy. I don't think you can edit. You don't have the edit page, I think, on the free version, right? But at least to check the sound, to check the CPU heat, and to be familiarized with this. And then you can make an educated choice after watching my videos. And also there's also great videos. I like the Nutrix guys, Saint guys, something like that. His name is like that. And he made some great videos also about that. So yeah, be sure to try the stuff and all that. Take your time. Okay, the Play for Life is on until the end of December, and if you miss it, I think they will do it on the summer also. Okay, so there you have it. You understand why I chose Zenology and why it's a really great synth. And you can do it. You can do some crazy stuff in it or some regular stuff, but you can really go. I don't think there's something that you cannot do here. Basically, it doesn't have like granular stuff and all that. But I don't think there's not a sound you have in your head that you will not be able to do in a classy way, in a way that you will integrate in the mixes very easily. And as an educator myself, the fact that you're limited on the effects is for me a big plus and not a minus. It will force you to have something with emotion and movement and basically everything you need, you want the sound to have, without the artifacts and the vulgarity of some effects. Okay, and it's gonna be like very educational for you and safe for you also to integrate in mixes and all that. So there you have it. Don't forget to like if you liked, sub if you want, and don't forget to comment if I missed something or if you want me to cover something more deeply. I will be happy to do so. As usual, take care of you guys, stay safe, and make some great sound to make people happy. Bye bye, guys.